Hi, my name is Hannah Rhodes, and this is my reaction video to The Body Rituals of the Nasarima, which is an article written by Minor. So, when I first started reading, I was kind of shocked after reading some of the rituals that this tribe was performing, and they sounded almost barbaric and just really painful overall. But when I thought more deeply into it, it kind of reminded me of some rituals that we practice in this world today. For example, Minor in the article says that there were rituals to make fat people skinny and skinny people fat, and that kind of reminded me of some practices that people in the world will do today, such as diet plans, weight loss options, plastic surgeries. And another thing that stood out to me was Minor described this tribe's obsession with the mouth and the holy mouth men who would perform these rituals on some of the members of the tribe, and they said it overall very painful, but what it reminded me of was dental care and dentistry, and it just kind of made me think that these rituals would seem very odd to maybe people who aren't aware of the context of it. The event that I chose that only occurs in my culture that I think is a big part of American culture is the 4th of July. And my earliest memory of the 4th of July is lighting off firecrackers with my family, and it has been such a core memory for me growing up and is still my favorite holiday today. I think this is one of the most important and relevant holidays because it really signifies America's culture and its independence and its patriotism. I think a lot of Americans value the 4th of July a lot because most people that live in America really value their freedom, and it really signifies a day that occurred that was very important in history and a very big part of who America is and who we stand for today. And I think that as an onlooker that might be seeing the 4th of July who doesn't live in America, I think that they might be very curious about this holiday and maybe approach it with some curiosity, especially since it looks like such a fun holiday with fireworks. We got the national anthem, the flying of the flags, and I think that is seen as a very big and vibrant holiday where people get together as a community, and I think that the community aspect of it really shows the American culture and us just celebrating for a day that we all received our independence. The 4th of July has had many changes occur since the Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776. When that first occurred, the celebrations that happened were very much smaller and usually included picnics. Fireworks were not as big of a tradition at that point. They were gun salutes, very smaller celebrations, and was mostly for those of political power. But when it was recognized as a federal holiday in 1870, the celebrations became more traditional. It was known what people would do to celebrate the 4th of July, whereas before it was a holiday, celebrations widely varied throughout the country. But now everyone knows what they're going to do to celebrate the 4th of July every single year. I personally think that the evolution and the changes that have occurred to the holiday that the 4th of July has been very beneficial for America and the United States in general. I think that these changes are beneficial because it has allowed the holiday to stay relevant and strengthens the nation's identity rather than weakening it. And I think that because the 4th of July is evolving so much, it will allow it to stay relevant for future generations and allow future generations to experience the history of what happened and understand the importance of it. A quote from Taylor Research Group says that whether you plan on marking the day by sharing food, fun, and fireworks, friends, or family, it is important to understand where these traditions originated from. And I think that is a very good point to still remember when you are enjoying your time with your friends and family or wherever you are on this holiday, to remember the history of the 4th of July and why we are celebrating it and the very important meaning of why the 4th of July is a thing today.